Did you know the first person to reach the North Pole might have been erased from history books? This is the untold story of the black heroes history forgot, individuals who defied the odds, challenged oppression, and shaped the world we live in, yet remain largely unknown. Today, we shine a light on their extraordinary lives and legacies. Let's begin with Matthew Henson. Born in 1866, Henson faced hardship early, often by the age of 11. Driven by an unyielding spirit, he embarked on a life of adventure. He joined Robert Peary on multiple Arctic expeditions, mastering the skills necessary to navigate the treacherous terrain. On April 6, 1909, Henson, alongside Peary, reached the North Pole, covering the final and most crucial 40 miles on foot. Henson's expertise in dog sledding and understanding of Inuit survival techniques were indispensable to the expedition's success. Yet, history often remembers only Peary. Henson's contributions were downplayed, a stark example of racial bias overshadowing achievement. After the expedition, he worked as a customs clerk in New York City, his polar accomplishments largely unrecognized until later in life. Next, we turn to James Armistead Lafayette, a name synonymous with courage and espionage. Enslaved in Virginia during the American Revolution, Armistead seized an opportunity to fight for freedom, not only his own but that of a fledgling nation. In 1781, he posed as a runaway slave and infiltrated British forces under the command of Benedict Arnold and Lord Cornwallis. His intelligence proved invaluable, providing General Lafayette with crucial information about British troop movements and strategies, especially during the Siege of Yorktown. Armistead's detailed reports directly contributed to the American victory, hastening the end of the war. In gratitude, Marquis de Lafayette petitioned the Virginia legislature for Armistead's freedom, which was granted in 1787. He adopted Lafayette as his surname, a testament to their bond. Queen Nanny of Jamaica, a formidable leader and symbol of resistance. Born in Ghana around 1686, she was enslaved and transported to Jamaica, but she refused to be defined by her bondage. In the rugged Blue Mountains, she led the Windward Maroons, a community of escaped slaves, in a relentless fight against British colonial rule. Nanny was a brilliant strategist and spiritual leader, employing obeah, a form of African spiritual warfare, and guerrilla tactics to defend her people. She orchestrated raids on British plantations, liberating over 1,000 enslaved Africans. Nanny never lost a battle, her forces repelling the British time and again. Her unwavering determination secured Maroon autonomy and stands as a testament to the power of resistance. She died around 1733, and in 1976, Jamaica honored her as a national hero. Travel now to Mexico, where we find Gaspar Yanga, a freedom fighter who defied Spanish colonial rule. Born into a royal family in Gabon around 1545, Yanga was enslaved in Veracruz, Mexico. Around 1570, he escaped into the highlands and formed a community of runaway slaves. For 30 years, Yanga and his followers resisted Spanish attempts to subdue them. In 1609, after a protracted struggle, Yanga negotiated a treaty with the Spanish, granting autonomy to his settlement, San Lorenzo de los Negros, the first free black town in the Americas. Yanga's settlement endured, a beacon of hope for enslaved people throughout the region. The town was renamed Yanga in 1932, a lasting tribute to his legacy. From Angola comes Queen Nzinga, a brilliant diplomat and military strategist who fiercely resisted Portuguese colonization in the 17th century. Born around 1583 in Nongo, modern Angola, Nzinga ascended to the throne in 1624. Fluent in Portuguese, she initially feigned conversion to Catholicism to negotiate a treaty with the Portuguese in 1626, but her true aim was to gain time to strengthen her forces. For over 40 years, Nzinga led her armies against the Portuguese slavers, holding them off in Matamba. A skilled warrior, she fought on foot. Even in her 60s, using female bodyguards. Her resistance inspired generations of Angolans to fight for their freedom. Nzinga died in 1663, leaving behind a legacy of courage and defiance. Shifting our focus to the American civil rights movement, let's remember Reki Taylor. On September 3, 1944, in Abbeville, Alabama, Reki Taylor, a young black woman, was abducted and brutally raped by 6 white men. Despite the overwhelming evidence, her case was dismissed twice by all-white grand juries. Reki Taylor's case became a rallying cry for the NAACP and other civil rights organizations. Rosa Parks, before her famous bus protest, investigated Taylor's case, gathering evidence and mobilizing support. Though justice was denied in the courts, Reki Taylor's bravery ignited a movement that would eventually transform the nation. She died in 2017, a symbol of resilience in the face of injustice. Dr. Rebecca Lee Crumpler, a pioneer in medicine. Born in 1831 in Delaware, she faced immense obstacles to pursue her dream of becoming a doctor. After being rejected from over 20 medical schools, she finally graduated from the New England Female Medical College in 1864, becoming the first black woman to earn a medical degree in the United States. After the Civil War, Dr. Crumpler dedicated herself to treating freed slaves in Virginia, providing essential medical care to a population in desperate need. In 1883, she published the Book of Medical Discourses, a groundbreaking work addressing infant mortality and women's health, tailored for the needs of newly freed communities. Her legacy as a compassionate healer and advocate for marginalized communities continues to inspire. Alice Coachman, an athlete who soared above segregation, born in Albany, Georgia, in 1923. Despite facing racial discrimination that prevented her from accessing organized training facilities, Coachman's talent shone through. She improvised her training, jumping over homemade bars fashioned from scrap metal and rags. At the 1948 London Olympics, Alice Coachman made history, winning gold in the high jump, becoming the first black woman from any country to win an Olympic gold medal. Her victory was a triumph over adversity, breaking barriers and inspiring generations of athletes. After her Olympic triumph, she returned home to teach in Albany schools, declining invitations to segregated hotels, choosing instead to champion equality. Eunice Hunton Carter, a legal trailblazer who took on the mob. Born in Atlanta in 1899, Carter became the first black woman prosecutor in New York City in 1935. As a prosecutor in Manhattan District Attorney Thomas Dewey's office, she played a crucial role in the case against mobster Lucky Luciano. Fluent in Chinese, Carter infiltrated Luciano's Harlem operations undercover, gathering evidence of his extensive prostitution racket. Her meticulous investigation uncovered a network of over 100 brothels, leading to Luciano's conviction on 62 counts of prostitution in 1936. This victory was a major blow to organized crime. Bayard Rustin, the unsung architect of the civil rights movement. Born in Westchester, Pennsylvania, in 1912, Rustin was a brilliant strategist and organizer who played a pivotal role in some of the movement's most iconic events. He advised Martin Luther King Jr. on nonviolent resistance, and in 1963, he organized the March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom, bringing together over 250,000 people in a powerful demonstration for equality. Despite his crucial contributions, Rustin faced discrimination for being openly gay during a time of intense social stigma. He was often sidelined and overlooked in the historical narrative, yet his commitment to justice never wavered. These are just a few of the many black heroes whose stories deserve to be told. Their courage, resilience, and achievements shaped history, yet they remain largely forgotten. By remembering and celebrating their legacies, we honor their contributions and inspire future generations to fight for a more just and equitable world.